Hey there! Having a bit of technical issues there. Welcome to the new place. As you can see behind me, I'm in a different house now. Had to move, as I mentioned. I got a 30-day no cause eviction notice because the house had been sold out from under us. Of course, my former landlords, aka and slash roommates, that I was not terribly happy about living with for the last year or more, Ed decided to, as I pointed out, celebrate July 4th and me being a veteran by giving me a 30-day notice, not, of course, being able to count. They weren't terribly smart individuals. They didn't realize that 30 days from the 4th was actually August 3rd, but I had to be out by the 31st because they had to be out by the 31st because the new people were coming in on the 1st. And there were many, many adventures, including me having paid for internet and power through the 31st, and them having disabled both of those on the 28th. So that made life fun. Thankfully, my gorgeous, wonderful girlfriend invited me to come live with her at the end of July, and I moved in here. So this is our new home. We even have a cat. Nope, well, that went the cat. And it's unfortunately lacking AC, but then again, the last place did. But we'll be moving up to the northwest here within the next few years, so that won't matter as much. So welcome. Thank you for sticking with me. This week's video, I'm going to be catching up on one that is on my list of video topics, which is 30 odd topics long. I have one that's number 2, and that's daily relationship stuff. I was supposed to have a copy of David Finch's book handy, the Journal of Best Practices, but I don't find it on his website, davidfinchwriter.com or something like that. But look up David Finch, Journal of Best Practices. If you're an Aspie, if you're in love with an Aspie, read it. It will make your life easier. This came via Molesting Eardrums, and I can't remember if that was a Tumblr person or a Facebook person or a Twitter person or a YouTube person or an email person. I forget. It may have even come from the Sexy Atheist Facebook page, so who knows. But it was asked for, and for Molesting Eardrums, I bring this. So yes, this week's video is about daily relationship stuff. Now, as it turns out, I am a little more organized and a little cleaner, cleaner as in like I like to clean more, than my girlfriend, which is good because currently I'm only employed part-time and she's employed full-time, so it gives me something to do, and it makes her happy because the house is clean and I'm less jittery. So daily relationship stuff. Let's start with the morning. I wake up. We wake up about 6 a.m. every day for her to go to work. Oftentimes I'll come out, I'll sit with her, I'll chat with her, I'll give her a hug and kiss and whatnot. But before all that happens, I wake up, I look over, and she wakes up and we get a little snuggle time. And while this is very nice for me, I feel it's very, very important that I maintain physical contact with her to a reasonable level, not to all the time or not to a known of the time. But I've had to learn over the years what a reasonable level is, and I can't exactly tell you that for you ask me what exactly is it every 15 minutes, is it every 5 minutes? You're going to have to figure it out for yourself, and if you have a partner that's willing to hang with you, then that's a very good conversation to have. What is okay with them? What isn't? Me personally, I like a little more physical contact because I can't read emotions, because I have a hard time with that. She's a cuddler, so it works. She likes having that much contact. I like giving that much because it tells me, without a doubt, she still is interested, she's still appreciative of me, and if she doesn't want to be touched or she doesn't want me hugging her, it's very good, clear signals. So I let her go up, I let her do her thing. I tend to stay out of her way. Like I said, she's she's about 4 months pregnant now. So I make sure to get her water or juice or something to eat. Let her sit down, sort of let her gather herself and get her things together for work. And then she goes off, and I text her throughout the day. Not all the time, but I at least twice during the shift. Just let her know that I'm here and I still care. When she gets home, I make sure the dishes are done and make sure everything's straightened up. And then we talk about dinner. I'll cook often, although that's driving her nuts because she's a chef and she likes to cook. But it's sort of a way I can show that I'm appreciative We're both culinary trained. She could be a certified sous chef quite easily within the next year. I would only be a certified chef if I tried really hard within 2 years. So, but we can speak food. And so we go through the day, and we cook and we talk, and it's good communication. It's good solid communication. It's me always paying attention to what she wants and making sure she has water, has food, making sure that the bathroom is clean, making sure that the cat has water, making sure all of that. And it's a constant thinking process for me as an Aspie. It's a constant, what does she need? What can I do? What's going on? That kind of thing. And I know that when she gets home from work, she's going to be exhausted. Now, while we don't have AC, we do have a nice little cooling unit for the bedroom. So I know that it's good brownie points for me to turn it on and cool the bedroom, which is over that way. Sorry, that way. And cool the bedroom and make sure that it is cool so when she gets home, because she walks home, we don't live terribly far from where she works. It's maybe 2 blocks for her to walk, but yes, I live in a city. I live in the midtown of a city. That she can walk home and come home to a very cool room. Now, it's in the mid to upper 90s today, and while there will be shade for most of her walk, she will be exhausted and tired, and the sun will be going down when she gets home. And so, I mean, it's almost 6 o'clock PST, and she was at work at 7 a.m. this morning. Chef's work, fun hours. So she's going to have a nice place to come home, and we may go out for gelato later. So I just sort of, I watch her, and she doesn't think I watch her, but I'm watching her an awful lot, and I make sure she's happy, I make sure this, and I make sure that, and I try not to overdo it, because sometimes she's stressed. And I mean, we started a relationship very close. The relationship and the pregnancy happened almost one on top of each other. In fact, they did basically happen on top of each other. So we jokingly point out that, as she says, I'm not really this emotional, I'm not really this moody, I'm actually much more stable. But you happen to try to get to know me because we were friends for a long time, but that's different than being in a relationship, especially we're living with each other. We're around each other every single day, where this is the person that you spend the most time around, more than anybody else. And I'm getting to know this person that is my girlfriend when she's pregnant. So she admittedly is a little nuts. She'll be the first one to say. So yeah. And when it comes to the evening, she goes to bed, and we talk and we snuggle, and I need it too, but she needs that time with her boyfriend. She needs personal time. She needs snuggle time. I think, like me, that she needs to know that there's somebody in the world that cares. And I'm very much a loner, but it's nice having one person I know I can depend upon. So daily relationship stuff, it's really just remembering that you're not the only person in the room all the time. All the time. You're not the only one that matters. And you're not the only one that counts, and you're not the only one whose opinion counts. But at the same time, it's not saying, oh, the other person. For example, she likes alpha male personalities. And in many, many ways, in fact, in more than 90% of me, I'm an alpha male. I'm not a theta. I will be led. Like I talked about, the power of ambivalence, letting somebody else be in charge, is a learned process for me because I'm not a team player. I'm not. I can work in a team, but I'm not a team player. I don't believe in the team. It's one of the things that is a personal fault of mine. I'm much more an independent lone wolf type. I tend to get jobs in which I can be left alone to do my work, and nobody else is depending upon me, and I don't have to depend upon anybody else. It's a personal thing. When it comes to a relationship, when it comes to this family that we're going to have, I'm going to have to learn how to sort of not do that. But at the same time, she wants me to lead. She wants me to be in charge often. Because at work, she's in charge all the time. And she's very, I wouldn't say bossy. She's not bossy. She's very strong-willed. That's one of the things I absolutely love about her. She's strong-willed, and she's very rock-brained sometimes. And the fact that we're both strong-willed, and we need that in our partner, works. And it's finding out what you need. When you're in a relationship, you need to know what you need and what's good for you. And having somebody that isn't manipulative, that doesn't try to push me around, that simply loves me for me, and that is iron-willed, and that I have a personality that sort of pushes outwards and is very strong. And she can push back just as hard without trying. That it's not exhausting for her to do that. That's how she is all the time. So we sort of push against each other and even out. And it's good. So yeah, daily relationship stuff. To sum up, you're not the only one there. Put them above yourself, and if both people are putting the other above themselves, hopefully it works. It's easier. Just have a checklist. Find out what they need. Find out how to go about it. Don't put them so far above yourself that you're leaving yourself behind, but you have room. You have room to care for them. You have room in your days to do for them. I was out last night. I dropped my brother off at his home. On the way back, I knew that she'd had sort of a long day. She'd gone to a wedding with me. My brother got married yesterday, and his very pregnant now wife and her son, his stepson, my nephew, were all there, and she didn't know anybody there. But she went off work immediately to this wedding, and so I knew that she'd done this for me, and she was completely exhausted. And on the way home, as part of that daily relationship stuff, I remembered she likes gelato. So I stopped off at the store and called her to see if she wanted any, and we ended up not getting it. But it wasn't important that I get it. That's something I had to learn. It wasn't important that I got the object. It was important to her that I was thinking of it. I was thinking of her, that I knew what she had done, and that this was sort of my way of saying thank you. So there's a lot. Honestly, it comes up to the individual, but love them, care for them, put them above yourself. Don't spaz out about everything. Learn to accommodate. Learn to do things. Do your chores. Do your half of everything. Be their rock. You know, I mean, these are all really simple stuff. Read David Finch's book. Trust me, it helped me a lot. It helped her. She zoomed through it. David, if you're watching this, my girlfriend happens to think you're an excellent writer. And I did too, but she was like, "Oh my God, this guy's a great storyteller." I was like, "Yeah, yeah." So, you've just won another fan. So, thanks much. Y'all have a good day, and I will see you again later. Bye.